hardwood in the air, Tim, which means it's time to tip off a new NBA season.
Yeah, Kevin, the excitement is in the air because it counts starting tonight. We heard all the previews, new faces, new places. We're through the preseason. Now we finally get to see how it's going to play out.
So glad you've joined us. This is going to be a lot of fun.
It is great to be here, Kevin. Can't wait.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Porter and Clowney up in the forward spots. Fleury is out there with Demon. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here is George. Pass to Oubre. 76ers moving the ball around. Now Embiid. For three. Oubre can't get it to go. Brooklyn with the ball. There's Porter with the three. Rebound by Joel Embiid. Looking at Philadelphia, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Pistons in Detroit. And that one's good. Maxi's got the first points up on the board here for the 76ers. Here's Fleury. Pass to Demon. Here is Porter. Here's Clowney. Shot clock at 6. From deep. And again, it's the Nets missing.
3 attempts from the field with nothing to show for it, but they should settle in soon.
Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Fleury. Pass to Clowney. Here's Fleury. Over Maxey. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
That was their 4th straight miss to start this game. Not ideal.
Inside, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, he's really known to hurt you from deep, but you love to see Paul George attack the rim like that as well.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Hold on to those paper planes, everybody. Diplo is in the arena tonight.
And a happy Diplo at that, out here watching his Sixers in control.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's Demon. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Embiid inside. Oubre, no one around him. No good with the triple. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Brooklyn. Searching for their first points of the game. Here's Clowney, defended by George. He can't get that one to fall. And in a little over a decade, the Nets, GA, having to rebuild from the ashes of 2 super team iterations.
The short time span between shows how quickly they can turn things around. And with a treasure trove of picks in the coming years, they look to climb that mountain once again.
And Brooklyn has possession. After the missed 3 from Tyrese Maxey. Claxton a screen on Maxey. Outside Porter. Here's Clowney. And again, no good by Brooklyn. To the middle. And now the 76ers on the break. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Tim, I think it's safe to say that Kelly Oubre is an eccentric guy.
Well, Kevin, he's got the tattoos, the painted fingernails, certainly not afraid to express himself stylistically. And in this league, if you can play, well, the dress code is flexible.
The first one falls. And you think about the style of Sixers head coach Nick Nurse. Greg, what stands out to you?
He just has a willingness to experiment and adapt. That's a real asset with some of the challenges this roster has faced. And a big part of why this front office brought him in.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. And the Sixers last season, Tim, winning less than half as many games as had been projected.
Well, the injury bug completely derailed their season. And by the tail end of that year, a low win total was actually in their best interest because they were trying to ensure they retained their top 6 protected pick. You saw the full power of Joel Embiid on display right there. No one was getting in his way.
To halt the run. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The 76ers leading by 7. Pass to Edgecombe. Maxey with it. Now Embiid. From past the arc. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts.
That's great range. Joel Embiid has never been afraid to shoot the 3 if it's given to him.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
Let's take a look here at the numbers for Porter. Good season for him last year. Last season, he averaged 18 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he led the charge when it came to scoring, led the team.
I see no reason why he can't do it again. To a degree, they've structured their entire offense around him.
Nets trail by 10. Pass to Claxton. To the wing right side. Here's Clowney. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Just hasn't been his night so far, and if he's unable to find his rhythm, this might be a long night for them.
And it's in there.
Control, confidence, Edgecombe showing it all from the midi.
Here's Traoré. Still scoreless. Claxton the pass to Porter. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Finally, after all those clanks, someone comes through for him.
Yeah, it took a few trips. Now let's see if that can get them going.
Now, here's Maxey. To the inside. Beyond the arc. They grab their own miss. Lets it go with a 3. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far.
Yeah, he has had a hard time finding rhythm this quarter. Just cannot get one to go.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding to the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
That ball's nice speed that time from Jordan. Maxey's got 5 points so far.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And from the opening tip, they've been locked in. Just look at the score. That tells you all you need to know.
Here's Claxton. 8 points his last outing. Pass to Demon. Here's Traoré. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Philadelphia. Outpacing them right now in a 15-2 run. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Another young rising player in this league who's learning as he goes along is Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, he continues to get more responsibility on his plate, and I think as he starts to embrace that leadership role a little bit more and become more vocal, I think then you're going to start to see Philly really do some great things.
Yeah, maturing before our eyes. And the first one drops. You know, Greg, you could argue the Nets kind of overachieved last season under first-year head coach Jordi Fernandez.
Yeah, only the 6th worst record last season. The defense was halfway decent, but they understand some patience is required in a rebuild.
Williams, he's checked in for Michael Porter. Second free throw, no good.
And I think what people love the most about Tyrese Maxey is the enthusiasm he plays with. He always seems to be smiling and having fun out there.
Now here's Williams. Pass to Clowney. Here's Demon. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
Edgecombe with the screen for Maxey. And here's Embiid. Claxton covering. Now here's Embiid. He's got 5. From deep, Maxey. Brooklyn with the rebound. Claxton's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Pass to Demon. Shoots over Edgecombe. Demon, that's good.
That's just a smart play right there. The right pass to a ready shooter.
Now Edgecombe. Outside, George. Here's Embiid, and the dunk by Embiid.
Embiid is owning the offensive glass right now, using his size to dominate inside.
Nets trail by 12. Here's Traoré. No scoring in this one. Here's Demon. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. Offline with his 3.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up the three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
Here's Traoré. Over Maxey. Traoré can't hit.
Well, he is fighting through it right now, still looking to get his first make of the quarter, but it's been an ugly start.
Back to Oubre. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. Over Claxton. And again, it's Philadelphia.
Yeah, boy, is he dialed in. Perfect from the field this period.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Williams for 3. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you. Joel Embiid over the years has had some tough luck with injuries. He said, I've broken my face twice. I came back early with the risk of losing my vision, broken fingers. I still came back. I wish I was as lucky as others, but that doesn't mean I'm not trying to do whatever it takes to be out there. Guys, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Allie. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. Nets on defense. 11-point game. Drummond with a screen on Powell. Outside, Martin. 5 to shoot. Drummond. It's good on the putback. And the 76ers lead by 13.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Williams sets a screen for Powell. Outside Williams, launches it. It's Drummond with the rebound. Watford with it. Pass to Drummond. Here's Grimes. He's guarded by Williams. Grimes passes to Barlow. Oh, he jams it right over Nick Claxton.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, it's just an outstanding effort thus far. They've done a great job at both ends.
And that's a great look at that slam from our AT&T Connected Cam. Nets trail by 15. Powell outside. Claxton the pass to Williams. Claxton sets the screen for Williams. Pass to Demon. Out left to the wing. Wolf. A three-pointer off the mark. The 76ers leading by 15. Now Watford. Still without a basket. Puts up a three. Wolf grabs the miss. There's 37 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Powell. Here's Wolf. And the three ball is good.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Here's Watford. Down low. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
Substitution on the court.
Left side, Williams. And the Nets miss again. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. 76ers lead by 12. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the 76ers have been rolling along, haven't they?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
You give any team this many second chance opportunities, it's going to put you in control.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Terrence Mann. Also, Powell out there. Sharp out there with Williams. And it's Wolf in at the power forward. Kicks it out to Terry. Embiid sets the pick for Terry. Back to Embiid. With force. Embiid takes it to him.
And you do not want to be on the receiving end of that. Embiid throwing it down with some funk.
Here's Mann. Outside Williams. Sharp sets the pick for Williams. Out to Powell. Pass to Wolf. Now, here's Sharp. Hits it from three-point range.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Watford passes to Grimes. The wide open look here for Terry. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Powell feeling it out a bit. Sharp sets the pick for Powell. Trying to come right back with the three of his own. And it's no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for the 76ers. Nets trail by 14. Powell, no one around him. And the Nets miss again. And so Lowry will bring it up for Philadelphia. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Well, they have to stay aggressive, but protecting the basketball is at the top of the whiteboard. There's a balance.
Here's Mann. He has yet to score. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Williams for 3. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Embiid's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Outside Lowry. And Zaire Williams picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Martin's checked in for Kyle Lowry. The Nets also changing it up. Honey's checked in, and Porter subbed in for Terrence Mann. Embiid finds Watford. Shot clock at 5. Martin the pass to Embiid. From down in the low post, it goes. Embiid's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, they're winning this game in large part due to how efficient he's been, and it's why they'll continue to go to him.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. And the 76ers making a change here. Maxi's checked in. And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered and the style You have to score more now to play the position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching, you got to be able to hold up against size and play all over the floor.
Here's Wolf. 8 points his last outing. Pass to Traore. Here's Wolf. Outside Porter from downtown. Traps in the tray. Porter's got 5.
And a smooth shooting stroke off the catch. Porter clearly excels in those situations.
Here's Williams. Barlow grabs the rebound.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
It's good. Nice touch there from Maxey.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Clowney. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Williams. For the Nets, they come into this one following a loss to the Hawks in Atlanta. Watford passes to Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Well, if Embiid gets rolling like this, what are you going to do? There's no way to stop him with all of that power.
Outside Porter. Pass to Wolf. Here's Clowney. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Porter, no luck. Philadelphia leading by 14. Watford with it. Scoreless thus far. Free throw line jump shot. Embiid, no good. The net shooting is definitely lagging at the moment. They're just 30% in the second quarter. Nailed from three-point land.
The defense a step slow. You can see the results.
So it's Philadelphia now, following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. And Embiid throws it down.
Well, no question, Joel Embiid is page 1 on the scouting report. Maybe page 2 and 3 as well. He is a handful.
Now here's Porter. He's got 5. Here's Traore for the 3. The rebound by Watford. Pass to Grimes. Cans it from downtown. Grimes has got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, the defense was a little soft right there, and it made it a practice shot.
And here's Porter. Fires the 3. Tyrese Maxey grabs the miss. Embiid with the screen on Williams to the paint. Oh, and the jam by Embiid.
A little bit of showing off there from Embiid.
Nets trail by 18. Outside Williams. Pass to Clowney. Here's Traore. To stop the run. That's another miss. Number 4. He's 2 for 6 shooting. Down low. Here's Barlow. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And taking a look at some of the stats here for Tyrese Maxey. Last season, he played outstanding. He was around 26 points per game, 6 assists and 3 rebounds. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up, fantastic scoring production from him.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively, and he has provided points pretty much every time they've needed him.
First one falls for him. So when you look at different approaches to player recovery, from load management, say, Tim, to rub some dirt on it and get back in there, where do you stand on all of that?
Well, I do think teams have done a better job of trying to make sure players are protected from themselves and make sure they're getting enough rest. But I also think there are times guys should be allowed to play through certain types of minor injuries.
And so he hits both. Nets trail by 20. Pass to Clowney. Here's Demon. 6 to shoot. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Clowney, good.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there. And it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
George with no one around. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Pass to Clowney. Here's Claxton. Here's Demon. And the three off target. Philadelphia leading by 20. Here's Edgecombe. The shot's good on the assist by George. Edgecombe's got his second bucket of the night.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Here's Demon. Shoots the three. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Embiid's got 13 rebounds in the game. Seeded. Count that one. And that's now 6 points here for PJ Edgecombe.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Pass to Traore. There's the screen to the left side wing. Here's Demon. And the Nets miss again.
And if they want to come up with a win here, he either needs to start making shots or find another way to help his team.
Now, here's Maxey. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Barlow's shot is good.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
And because of that, this one looks like a bit of a mismatch.
Here's Traore. Still yet to score. Claxton finds Porter. Shot to stop the run. And finished off by Porter.
He just jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk, and he doesn't think twice about it.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Adjustments are everything in this league, and you need to maximize your time to make those adjustments.
And here is the shot shoot as we see how things are going for Joel Embiid.
Well, that is what it looks like when you are in the zone. He's been very efficient with his scoring and is leading the way for his team on offense. With every make, you can see the confidence growing. And I don't think he'll slow down anytime soon.
Here's Oubre. Maxey passes to George. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. George has got 6 here in this quarter.
And finally building some momentum here in the second quarter.
Nets shooting only 27% from the field, looking pretty ugly out there. And for over a decade in the NBA, Greg, Paul George was as scary a wing as you'd find.
Man, a two-way terror with elite size and athleticism. The Sixers paid him hoping for more of the same, but can he hold off Father Time?
Here's George. Michael Porter making his last shot. Pass to Drummond. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got his 5th assist in this one. Here's Demon. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Claxton sets the screen for Porter, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And it's only their first turnover here, so they've done a great job of protecting the rock.
Philadelphia's gotten hot from three-point land in the second quarter, going 4 of 5 from downtown. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks. Those who've worked with Nets coach Jordi Fernandez rave about his people skills. He said, quote, "Am I very good at it? I don't know, but I try because I think it's important. When you have that relationship, especially in the tough moments, is when you can break through and be successful. Without it, it's tough, so you try to build it." Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Here's Demon. Just 5 on the clock. Driving in. That shot goes in. He now has 3 field goals and 6 misses today.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Now here's Drummond. Drummond sets the screen for George. Off target from 3-point range. They have a very long way to go to get within sight of the lead.
And from what we've seen so far, guys, don't hold your breath.
Here's Traoré. Hasn't made one yet. It's good.
This is why they will go to him often. He's going to take and make shots.
Here's Drummond. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
That's just a great play on his part with the clock winding down.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. 76ers ahead, running away with it. Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
Thanks a lot. Well, Coach Nurse, seems like your defensive execution has been pretty sound. What are you seeing from your team?
Really solid, right? Not very many mistakes. We're helping where we're supposed to help. We're sending guys the right direction. Pretty solid.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. We'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in just a moment.
Welcome to the halftime show. And if they're going to turn this around, it's going to be a long road back for the Brooklyn Nets. And swerving off topic for a moment, since this is the halftime show, I was just wondering, what was halftime like in the locker room back when you got... Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the 76ers.
I obviously love watching them. Everyone enjoys good offense, right?
Yeah, played the right way. I can't think of a more beautiful game in all of sports. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Joel Embiid has been sensational.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
For most guys, that's a night's work. It shows you how dominant he's been to this point.
Here's Traoré. Nothing on the board. George is the 4 with Embiid at the 5. In the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe. And it's Oubre in at small forward. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. Here's Porter. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Outside, George. And a miss there on the triple. It's the Nets now. Outside, Porter. Launches a 3. Rebound by the 76ers. Oubre kicks to Maxey. Pass to George. Inside. Here's Embiid. Through the net again. He's done that 10 times tonight, and he's only needed 11 shots to get there.
That's about as easy as it gets for Embiid in that range.
Here's Demon. Here's Claxton. This one for 3. Demon, that's good. Demon's got 9 points.
Great use of the bounce pass right there, setting up his teammate.
Pass to George. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. From deep, Maxey. That's in, coming off the assist from Embiid. He's got 11.
Right back at you. Tyrese Maxey showing you his competitiveness.
Here's Clowney. The Nets working the ball around now. Now here's Porter. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pass to Edgecombe. Oubre outside. Now Edgecombe. The 76ers another three.
Third quarter off to a great start offensively. That's 3 of their first 4 they've made.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And let's check out some stats for Paul George. Last year, getting it done. Last season put up about 16 points a game, 5 rebounds and 4 assists. And he's a nice scoring threat in their second unit, a guy who provides instant offense.
Well, I just love his mentality and his approach. He is always ready to go when called upon.
Here's Traore. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Demon. Outside Porter. Here's Demon. Fires from the wing. And he comes up with the deuce. Demon's got 5 points now in the quarter. Now Edgecombe. Back to Maxey. And here's George for 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Well, the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Pass to Porter. Claxton a screen on Oubre. Porter, no luck.
So far, he hasn't done a lot of damage from 3. Only had that 1 in the first half.
Maxey on the wing. He's got 11. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Edgecombe. Traore with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. And finished off by Porter.
And we are seeing the makings of a masterpiece here, guys, from Porter. A threat to score from anywhere within the half court.
Now, here's George. Again, Philadelphia.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he can taste a win right now. He's just trying to close it out.
Here's Demon. He's got 11. Here's Clowney. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. George has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Makes it off the glass.
Crafty at cashing in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
Pass to Demon. Here's Traore. He's covered by Maxey. Porter outside. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
And that's his second three-pointer tonight.
Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. No good on the triple. And it's Porter with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. And that one, good. Porter's got 20 points.
Yeah, good defense there. But Porter does go 6'10" with that 7-foot wingspan. How about a 9-foot standing reach?
Now, here's George. 13 points in the game. Bangs home the trifecta.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Pass to Clowney. Here's Traore. Now, Claxton. Still yet to score. Jacks up a 3. And it's Demon missing. Philadelphia's gone 4 of 6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Well, Greg, we know at his peak, Joel Embiid, one of the elite two-way centers to ever play in the NBA.
The former league MVP, but when you weigh close to 300 pounds, it moved like he did. Not entirely surprising that his lower extremities took a toll.
Yeah, players avoid taking mid-range shots these days. It's almost like the threes are easier for players to get.
Pass to Clowney. His three-pointers off the mark.
Oh, you have a feeling this would be a completely different game if it wasn't for his brutal shooting performance.
Oubre outside. 76ers moving the ball around. And that one's good. George.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
For Brooklyn, they've gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. There's the pick, the tray, and Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got his 16th rebound on the night. Oubre kicks to Embiid. Pass to George. Embiid the screen. There's the three. And it's George again missing. Gwinnett shooting the ball at 46% success rate since the beginning of the third quarter. On the wing, Porter. Here's Clowney. Outside, Porter to end the drought. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. And George now top of the key. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. George has got 13 points now in the quarter. Nets shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Pass to Clowney. Outside, Porter. Here's Demon. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the 76ers. George has got 8 rebounds in this game. Outside, Maxey. Oh, and the jam by Embiid.
And it's no secret that Embiid enjoys the spotlight. When he gets a chance to show off some, he seizes it.
And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connecticut camp. Here's Traoré, still without a basket. Bounce pass Claxton. Pass to Clowney. And here's Porter. And again, it's the Nets missing.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Yeah, it's just time to settle everything down. Get high percentage looks and then D up.
Embiid sets the pick for George. That three off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Pass to Traoré. Now Claxton. There's the pick. It's Porter outside. Knocks down the three ball.
Porter Jr.
Porter's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Nets. Oubre outside. George with the screen on Porter. 4-3. Oubre. Clowney pulls it in. Brooklyn with the ball. To the inside. Pass to Traoré. Here's Clowney. Now Claxton, covered by Oubre. Here's Demon. 11 points in the game. Count that one.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Maxey feeling it out a bit. Outside, George fires the three. It's hauled in by Michael Porter. Porter's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Demon. Oubre pulls it in. Frank, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Now, here's Maxey. 11 points in the game. Embiid in the corner. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Embiid's got 7 now in this quarter.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Outside, Porter. Pass to Clowney. There's a good screen. Now, here's Porter. Three-pointer, and he's good on the three ball. Porter's got 26 points.
He is totally locked in offensively and doing everything he can to bring his team back.
Here's George. Brooklyn with the rebound. Here's Demon. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Maxey.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throws of the game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Free throw good, Demon. And some changes here for the 76ers. Barlow's checked in, and it's Quentin Grimes in for Oubre. The Nets making a switch here. And he makes the first, but misses the second. And you talk about physical dominance combined with skill. Tim, at his peak, where does Joel Embiid rank?
Well, Kevin, I'm not sure we've ever seen a 7-footer with this combination of power and three-point shooting touch. Injuries really are the only thing that have slowed him down.
Here's Demon, following the basket by Tyrese Maxey.
And he is doing everything he can to keep his team in it, trying to lift his teammates up.
Screen by Watford. Pass to Embiid. A fader. Can't hit that one. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. 76ers ahead, running away with this one. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here, looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
And it's such an advantage to have a big man who can facilitate at a high level like that.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Powell is out there with Williams. Then it's Sharp. Then it's Porter. And it's Wolf in at the 4 slot. Here's Powell. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. And here's Porter. Outside Williams. Good on the shot.
Zaire Williams.
Watford with it. Tim, the NBA is always changing, but any predictions for the league that you kind of feel we're going to see around the corner?
Yeah, Kevin, I just think the influx and the impact of international players is going to be even stronger going forward. I think a lot of guys have seen the success that those players have had in the NBA, and hopefully it inspires even more great players internationally to want to play this great game.
And for a short time, you played overseas. You saw a lot of them firsthand.
I sure did, and I was in France well before the French influx really hit this league, but I knew then that was the goal.
Grimes with the bucket.
Yeah, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Now here's Powell. Outside Porter. On the wing, Williams. Covered by Martin. Clock at 6. Takes a 3. The shot by Williams, no good. 76ers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Outside for Martin. Here's Drummond. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good.
You can tell how comfortable Drummond is down there. Excels at using that size in close to the basket.
Now here's Powell. Here's Porter. An easy 2 points on the layup. Porter's got 17 points here in the second half.
I'm telling you, he is doing absolutely everything he can out there. He's just not getting enough help.
Now Drummond. Martin up top. He's guarded by Williams. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. That one drops for him.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Grimes. Off target with his three. The Nets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Now, here's Sharp, covered by Martin. The jump hook. Again, the Nets for 2.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Pass to Grimes. Drummond a screen from outside the arc. Shot by Grimes, no good. And so Powell will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And here's Sharp, defended by Drummond. And here's Porter, a 3-ball. And it's Grimes with the rebound. Greg, one thing that doesn't show up in the box score, and maybe should, screen assists. They're a big part of the game.
Without question. I mean, the art of setting a great screen, I think, is underappreciated. Giving those guys their just due with the screen assist on a made bucket I'm fine with that.
Payne, he's checked in for the 76ers. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Powell outside. Outside Porter. The 3 sinks the triple. Porter's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Edwards, he's checked in for Cameron Payne. The Nets also changing it up. Brownie's checked in, and Demon subbed in for Williams. Here is Edwards. It's Grimes on the wing. Over Demon. Grimes with the bucket.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. It's Porter outside. The rebound by Watford. Watford's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Drummond. And Grimes has it in the corner. To the middle. 4 on the clock. Here's Watford. Here's the 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. Clowney's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Traoré, covered by Watford. And a wide open look for Porter. Drains it from beyond the arc. Porter's got 34 points.
Just sensational form and touch on display from Porter. When he gets any room to shoot from deep, he's looking to fire.
Here's Watford. Here's Grimes. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Traoré to the right side. Nets passing it around. There's Porter with the 3. Another 3 for Brooklyn.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Here's Watford. Pass to Drummond. Claxton with the steal. Here's Traoré. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Here's Watford. Grimes with it. Fires for three. That's all good, and that's his fifth basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
One more miscommunication at the defensive end. Just brutal. It can't happen.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And they seem to have found something out there. I like the confidence they're playing with.
Here's Watford. And it's off from three-point range. Toure gets the bucket.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
Here's Barlow. Back to Watford. Pass to Grimes. Drummond the screen. Just 5 to shoot. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the 76ers lead by 20.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it.
Edwards against Porter. A three-pointer, no good. The 76ers leading by 20. Now, Watford. Grimes passes to Edwards. And here is Drummond. Pass to Grimes. Misses the three. Nets trail by 20. Here's Clowney. Now here's Porter. There's a screen by Porter. Demon gets hauled in by the 76ers. Drummond's got 6 rebounds in the game. Edwards passes to Barlow. And he gets it to go.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
Here's Toure. There's Porter with the three. Barlow grabs the rebound. Barlow's got his 4th rebound in this one. Watford passes to Grimes. And a dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. That's to Demon. Buries the long-range jumper. Demon's got 13 points in the second half.
Well, the defense needs to be better there. They gave way too much space.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And here are the 76ers now. Pass to Edgecombe. Oubre sets the screen for Edgecombe. From outside, off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Toure. Tim, as we look at the area of modern medicine, isn't it amazing how it's helping extend playing careers?
Yeah, it's really incredible, Kevin, how these procedures now are so much less invasive. Guys come back sooner and they're able to play longer. Just look at Klay Thompson gifting his 2022 championship ring to the doctor who performed his Achilles surgery. Now that's the kind of impact these doctors are having.
It really is amazing.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the 76ers.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Joel Embiid.
And he was tremendous on the glass tonight, controlling the boards and fighting for extra possessions.
Good on both. 1:11 left in the fourth quarter. You know, Tim, some people love the star power of dynasties, but do you think the league's push for parity is helping the game overall?
Overall, I do believe competitive balance is good for the league. I think there are more fan bases that stay more engaged longer into the year, and that's just good for everybody.
I totally agree. Here's Traoré. Now Williams. The three is off.
You really need to take advantage of those looks because the defense won't give you many of them.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Sharp rips down the rebound. Brooklyn with the ball. It's a 16-point game. And there's the dunk. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
Let's now hear from Allie LaForce, who is courtside with our player of the game.
Joel, tonight was a statement win. What is it that people should know about this team?
You know, we tough, especially defensively. That's our motto. We want to guard, we want to get stops, and I think we did that pretty well tonight. But you know, we young, we learning every day, and we're gonna be really good.
The more reps, the better, and a lot to look forward to in the future. Thanks, Joel.
Good stuff, Allie. Thanks. And that about wraps it up. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Joel Embiid.